stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all Karma Latte sales go to the Pediatric Cancer Action Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Football season is nearly here, and your long wait for year 2 of Matt Rule is almost over. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days from July 23rd to the 25th, live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, Chancellor Brewington, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Nick Sainer will be in Indy for our shows Tuesday through Thursday. Getting the latest news from Nebraska and everyone else around the conference. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by 1890 Nebraska, Stevens and Smith Construction, The Complex, Warhorse Casino, and Riddles Jewelry.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all Karma Latte sales go to the Pediatric Cancer Action Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Have an anniversary coming up? I've got you covered. Celebrate your love with the timeless elegance of jewelry. This anniversary, give the gift of sapphires, emeralds, rubies, or gold. Find the perfect piece that reflects the beauty and depth of your commitment. Whether it's your first anniversary or your 50th, surprise your loved one with a gem as beautiful and rare as she is. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio in the heart of Lincoln, America. Youth Football 101. Get a peek into the world of youth football in the state of Nebraska with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves 7-on-7 Youth Football. This is Youth Football 101 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome to Youth Football 101 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You got Robert Perry here. I got a couple cool guys in the studio with me today, man. Just remember, you can join in the conversation by texting us on the Sartor Heyman text line at 402-464-5685 or on the Sartor Heyman live video stream. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Cable channel 961. All right, we'll just jump into this today. Like I said, my name is Robert Perry II, guys, and I've got a couple cool guys here from Stonebrook today for LYF. I've got my friend Jason O'Connor here. his son and player Justin O'Connor, and we've got Sam Sharp in the building. How we doing today, guys?
Good.
Doing good? Doing good?
Doing great. Yeah.
Awesome. Excited to be here?
You bet.
Yes.
All
Thanks
right.
for having us.
No, not a problem at all. Yeah. So, on this show, we like to highlight different organizations with LYF, different teams. We like to showcase their players and sponsors and coaches, and we've got all three of those in here with us today, man. So let's kick it right off, guys. Sam, tell me a little bit about your background and how long you've been with LYF and how long you've been with Stonebrook.
You bet. Well, I'm going to echo Jason. Thanks for having us.
Not a problem.
What a great opportunity to get on the airwaves and talk about a great organization in Lincoln Youth Football. As you mentioned, I'm the athletic director for Stonebrook and have been. This will be my third season.
Awesome.
The situation that came up to that position was a little different than most, probably. I know some people at Stonebrook, and there was a situation where they needed an athletic director in a fairly short amount of time. And I have a father who was at Lincoln High School here in town as a player, teacher, and coach, I guess, through all the years.
Awesome.
And so I've been around locker rooms and athletic departments my whole life. And saw an opportunity to hopefully help kids and help the coaches that were a part of it, help the entire situation, and stepped into a role that was a little bigger than I expected.
Yeah.
But it's been good, and it's been a way for me to firsthand tell these kids that when challenges come up and when you feel out of your element, you have an opportunity to push through and try to make the best of it. So
awesome.
That's really how it came to happening.
That's great, man, because it really, at the end of the day, it is all about the youth, right, and their development.
100%.
And I hear that echoing from what you're talking about, too. So we'll jump over here to Jason here, and you just tell us how long you've been with Stonebrook, how long you've been coaching, how long you've been with LYF, if it's not all been the same.
So I started coaching in 2006, so it's been about 18, 19 years of being with LYF. I had a friend from work bring me into LYF, started me out there. And then as my three boys continued to grow, they got into LYF and I continued to coach with them. Let's see, I would say, just being around kids and teaching them the sport that you love and seeing them grow and learn to love that same sport is what's inspired me.
That's awesome.
There's been a lot of seasons where it's just been so much fun and it sucks you back in because you just love to coach kids.
Yes.
And that's where I'm at.
Yes.
And so now, I'm on my last year with my youngest son, Justin, who's going to be up on A. And so we're just looking forward to having a really good season this year and see how things go.
Good. Now, do you see, I know LYF has been very important to you, sounds like, with that many years with your skin in the game there. Do you plan on staying with LYF after Justin's done?
Sam is trying to convince me to stay.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Is he staying? That's
He's
good.
staying.
There you go.
I have faith.
Yes.
I mean, I've had conversations with my wife and I'm like, man, this is my youngest. This is my last year it could be. And she's even made the comments. You love it too much and you're good at it. And, it's something that is a excitement for you. She's like, I don't see that happen. I'm like, so we'll see. At this point now, I'm just taking it year by year.
For sure. For sure. Now, have you been with Stonebrook all of those years?
So honestly, I've been with the same, I guess you would say, district.
Okay.
In a sense, so before it was Stonebrook, it was Firefighters.
Okay. Gotcha.
So what year was that, Sam, that Stonebrook took over again? It was probably three years ago.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah,
actually.
Man.
So
okay, cool.
A few years ago.
Yeah, up until that, my oldest son is actually an original firefighter out of all the boys. So
that's awesome.
My middle son, he played for Stonebrook, and then Justin's played for Stonebrook. So
great. Now, Justin, tell me what position you play, man.
Slot back or slot.
Slot. There you go. You like it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. How do you feel like LYF does for you? How long have you been playing LYF?
So I started probably like maybe 4 years ago.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, and this is probably my first year playing slot.
Okay.
And then the first position I originally started on was nose guard.
Really? There
Yeah.
you go. Big nose guard holding
Yeah.
it down in the trenches.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's because me, my like 2 other kids, Brilliant, and I forgot that other kid's name. It was it Heisman?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
We
There's
were
a
like
name.
we were the 3 on the line, and we'd always get through so fast and just like cause a fumble.
Awesome. That's great, man. That's great. So LYF has been pretty good for you then.
Mhm.
That's great. All right. So Sam, can you tell me how LYF has benefited you in your experience and helping with these players and the community and these parents? Because you do it all, right? Athletic directors, they do it all. They from the sponsors to the parents to the coaches to the players, you do it all. So can you tell me how that's benefited you in your personal journey or helped you so far?
Sure. As I mentioned, stepping into this role was not completely expected, and it has really inspired me to grab some of my own personal fears like these kids have stepping onto a football field and maybe taking the snap or being a part of just what's going on, and really grab the bull by the horns and been a better communicator with parents, been a better communicator with fellow athletic directors as we push and pull to make things the best they can for the kids in our community and especially the football community. So that has been the biggest thing for me as a benefit personally.
Yeah.
Now, other benefits, of course, include seeing the smiles on their face every single Sunday. In our program, win or loss, that's our goal is when we march off that field, we're proud of what we've done. We're proud of what we've accomplished. And we put all of our effort into it.
Definitely.
So that's huge, seeing the smiles and then seeing, as I said, the kids work through adversity is ultimately football leads to life. And whether you're a young man like Justin here or a little bit maybe older like me and his father, Coach O'Connor, we have adversity throughout life. So that's really the thing I see and feel is the most important and satisfying to me.
I definitely understand that. I definitely feel you there. That's what I like to coach my kids too, and about that adversity, you know, pushing through that adversity. And not all victories are chalked up in the win column, right?
100%.
So football is a game of life, right? It translates very well to life and teaches you those moments, teaches you, you know, some of those morals, things, you know, morals that you can put to life. And I think that's what you're saying there, and that's greatly put. I'll say the same thing for Coach O'Connor here. Tell me just how it's kind of LYF has benefited you, how you've seen it benefit players, any stories you can tell.
Well, I think that as far as benefiting me, I mean, it makes me feel good about myself when I'm teaching kids and they learn something that I love and then they learn to love it. And then reiterating, like, it's an opportunity for me to teach young men these morals and lives and use football as a concept that they can understand. Sometimes, you know, when the chips are down or whatnot, or you lose a game, you know, and you're looking at these guys that are heartbroken. You're like, hey, you know, life's going to do this to you, but this is what you got to do. You got to pick yourself up again and keep moving forward.
Definitely.
And so there's a lot of life lessons. I know there's, you know, other sports that you could say that too, but football really kind of touches me when it comes to it. And, you know, also as teaching the kids teamwork with each other.
Okay.
That's something that, you know, I really like about it because, you know, in life and as they grow, you know, we all have to work together.
Yes.
You know, so that kind of teaches them that in this life, you know, they're going to need teammates.
Yes.
You know, so learning that now and getting that installed now is I think very important for these young men.
I like it. I
like it. With that, but I mean, it's to me, it's just really neat to see kids learning something that you really love.
Definitely. To see that aha moment, right?
Yeah.
To see it click. You know, you drilled something 20 times. It's like, oh, we can't get it. And then you get it. And it's that aha moment. I like that aha moment in football, in life, period. You know, when you're working with the youth and kids. I was a coach at Lincoln Northwest for a while. From that level down to, you know, 7 and 8 year olds.
I was just gonna say
the moment is the same.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say Sam and I and other coach and I met the other night, and his my coach is his son's gonna coach the rookie level.
Okay.
And I was telling Harper, I said, man, that's the funnest level.
Yeah.
You know, these kids that come in are real fresh and it's
Yep.
and you're teaching them all this stuff. And then just seeing them when they did what you told them to do
Mhm.
and they're excited about
Yeah.
that, just gets you excited.
It really does. It
Yeah.
really does. It's really easy to get excited about those the younger rookie teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the smaller kids there. It's really easy to get excited for them
Absolutely.
when they do what they they can do in the first place, right?
Absolutely. And then
Yeah.
like looking at the rookies, I've told some of my other coaches and friends, at that level, I'm looking down on them.
Yeah.
And then as they get up to A, I'm starting to coach and look up at them.
Yeah,
which is
right.
kind of a challenge
Yeah,
and different,
I know. They start
know.
passing you, and it's like, oh my goodness. I'm sure you've seen with as much time as you spent with LYF, I'm sure you've seen kids go from rookie to high school to college
Yeah.
to come back and maybe even see them around community
Yeah,
afterwards.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's crazy about that is I'll see some of these kids outside of youth football, and as they've grown and gotten past high school or
Mhm.
not, and they'll see me and they'll be like, "Hey, coach," and I'm like, "Hey,"
Yeah.
and then I'll start remembering who they are and
Mhm.
stuff, but yeah, I've coached a couple kids that have gone on. Austin Jablonski, I believe he a while ago was at
Okay.
Nebraska as a walk-on kind of.
Awesome.
And then San Capos was at East. He was that long distance thrower or discus thrower that was
That's
set a
awesome.
record or something like that. So
That's awesome.
it's really neat to see some of these kids go on and do this. And you're just like,
Yeah.
wow, I coached that kid.
Exactly. So definitely have had a part in their
Yeah.
development in their
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And as coaches and kids say, and I'll say as being a player, there's coaches that have that impact on you that are super transformative that you'll never forget. You'll never forget some of those moments. right?
And it's hard to think about that. Like I couldn't be impacting these kids that much, right?
Mhm.
And then you kind of see these kids and how excited they are to see you
Yep.
like 10 years later. And you're like, wow.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Justin, tell me how your experience with LYF has kind of maybe shaped some of the things in the way you think, shaped some of the ways you attack the classroom, some of the ways you attack the game of football.
It's definitely made me better, like try to focus on things, like to, become like go in the NFL or something like that. So definitely made me better at a lot of more stuff. It's like made my self-thought, or I don't even like self-thought of myself
Yeah.
better. And
Yeah,
But-
football kind of instills confidence in you, right?
Mhm.
Kind of what we're saying when those moments click for you on the football field, to show yourself that you can do some things right. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, let's see how. So as far as LYF and the community, what do you guys think the LYF does for the community? Start with you, Sam.
Yeah, you bet. Well, the LYF that I've encountered for 3 years has done nothing but exponentially grow in the
Mhm.
last 3 years. And that's, due to, as he hinted on, teamwork that we build with these young guys as a board, as a group. We are working to be a team. It doesn't always work as you want. There's challenges along the way. But LYF is building and continuing to build with help of guys like your dad, Tank, over at Neiman,
Mhm.
jumping in and doing a lot. That growth is happening, and it's exciting.
Yes.
Along with that, you have these guys that are doing camps. You have
Yep.
Coach Schultz over at Standing Bear right now. I believe a current clinic is going
Mhm.
on. You have Ron Brown doing some stuff. So the last 3-4 years since, not to bring up COVID, but
Yeah.
basically since the door was opened again
Mhm.
after that, they've taken that opportunity, and we as a group, LYF coaches, ADs, sponsors are really putting the pedal to the metal.
That's awesome.
And trying to grow the game of football.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what would see, just sticking with you right now, what would be some of your greater challenges as an AD? There's somebody that doesn't know out there, some of our listeners that doesn't know what an AD has to deal with. What does the athletic director do? What are some of your bigger challenges or rewards
Sure.
from being athletic director for Stonebrook?
And for anybody listening, they probably know that I'm typically trying to make people happy.
Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge is
Okay.
you have coaches, players, parents, sponsors, board members, and ultimately if you're doing things right, in my mind, you're wanting to make all those different elements happy or, satisfied when the game is over, when the season is over. So that's a challenge, I see it as a people pleasing position,
Mhm.
and hopefully you make the right choices to do that in a respectful and proper manner.
Awesome.
So that's probably the biggest for me.
Yeah.
On a side note, I have to throw in to get off subject here, but
That's fine.
we've spoken a lot about how important those rookies are and
Yes.
starting kids young and growing that burning desire to just be better people and then through football, of
Mhm.
course, make that happen. And what I'm hearing here, Robert, is we might have a rookie coach, father-son coaching team for next year.
There you go.
Did you hear that?
I
kind of
did.
heard
I
that.
kinda
Didn't you?
might have heard that.
Didn't you hear
I
that?
might have heard
I mean,
that,
I heard
man.
his wife
I
isn't going to
think-
let him get out. I'm hearing.
I think you might be onto
right?
something there, man.
Okay,
And,
I'm
you
going
know,
to table
flip back
that. It's
over
in.
from A and you go drop it back down and go take another
he
class.
obviously
Right?
enjoys it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm putting it on the
It
list
sounds
already
like
as
he
a
was going
potential.
in there for the next for rookie coach next year. Definitely. Yeah. So, Coach O'Connor, tell me some of the things. So, what I feel amazing from this conversation so far is your length of time that you spent with LYF. The changes I've seen. I'm sure you've seen the different ways that LYF has been shaped or went through different changes, phases. Tell me what you see that LYF has done for the community in your long time standing with the organization.
Well, I'd say that what I see it do for the community, one, I'd say for the kids, for the boys or girls that come out and play, it keeps them active.
Mhm.
It keeps them from keeping idle hands and getting in trouble. And then at the same time, it's teaching them these life lessons and morals. As far as LYF, I mean, it's good to bring a community together. And for every Sunday that we have this, you get a bunch of families and stuff down out there that runs a complex, and for the most part, I mean, it's just a blast. You
Yeah.
just hear cheering and
Oh, yeah.
yelling and screaming on kids and everything. And it's so exciting. You hear a little cheer over here and you immediately look and you're just, some kids making a play over
Yeah.
here, and I think it's just overall really good. And the fact that, families are able to come together, even if they're on opposite teams,
Mhm.
and then come together and just enjoy the kids playing the sport. I just think it's a benefit for the community and bigger for the kids.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
keep them active and out of trouble,
Yep.
because, I've got 3 boys, and
Yeah, man, I
but
understand
they're-
that. I understand that. Justin, do you feel that way, that it's keeping you, active and out of trouble? I'm sure you made lots of friends through LYF. How does it feel for you being an LYF player out in the community, at your school, at your church, around your friends? How does that feel?
I don't. First to start, I don't really have many kids at my school that are on my team because
Uh-huh.
we're in a different. So we're for Stonebrook,
Yeah.
and like in my district, it's for police.
Yep.
So I have most of that rival against those other kids.
Okay, how's
at
that
school.
feel? Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's
Mhm.
like there can be a lot of like talk, but
Yeah.
everyone's like mostly friends about it. So
Good.
it's just a lot of funny crap
Good.
talking.
Good. So good, healthy competition, right?
Yeah, healthy
Good.
competition.
Good.
And then it definitely keeps, when there's something to do, it keeps us out of trouble. And I've made quite a bit of friends from it.
That's awesome, man. Well, that sounds like you're in the community. You might be in the wrong community, right? No, but I'm glad that's healthy competition for you. You will find that football forever will feel that way, right? It's just healthy competition, and competition breeds greatness, man. I'm telling
Mhm.
you. So
It's really fun.
yeah, I'm sure that's what you're learning, and sure that's what you're hearing all the years that you've been in Sunbrook. So kudos to you, my friend. So guys, we're coming up on the end here. Tell me how excited you guys are for Stonebrook 2024.
You bet. We're thrilled.
Yes.
We've worked through a lot of building in the last 2 seasons. This will be, as I mentioned earlier, my 3rd season that started right before basically kickoff. So this will be our 3rd year together, and we're excited. We have our ducks in a row. The players are thrilled. We have a bunch of players this year.
Yeah.
Worked through some kinks and got some excitement built. Our coaching staff from top to bottom are all a bunch of amazing people that really care about values and teaching kids the lessons and things that we've spoken about,
Awesome.
along with obviously the football. So we're thrilled. We're excited to get things going.
That's great. All right. How about you guys?
Super thrilled. I just thank Steve and Anna for giving us this opportunity and taking Stonebrook over, because 3 years ago we didn't know who was going to be our sponsor. So I thank them, and I want to thank Sam for stepping into that role. It's a big role. But we're super excited, and I'm excited for the program. Since Sam's taken it over, it's been slow. It's been a slow transition, but it's been a work in progress. And I couldn't agree with Sam as far as the coaches that we have now. It's
That's
a
awesome.
solid group of guys, and I just see good things happening for this program now.
That's great. Well, I'll be out there. I coach for Neiman, as you guys know. So I will see you guys. I'm excited for you guys and what you're gonna do with Stonebrook. I'm excited for the whole LYF as we're going into another season here. And are you excited, my man?
Yeah, I'm excited.
You excited, buddy? You gonna play that slot receiver good, huh?
Yeah.
There we go, man. Well, we want to shout out to Edward Stone and the Character Chronicles for sponsoring the LYF portion of Youth Football 101. I want to give a special shout out to Sam here, Justin, and Jason for bringing with us today. We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
you
us.
guys being on the show and shedding some light on Stonebrook as a whole, guys. We
100%.
appreciate it. We're going to step aside now and hit the commercial break. When we get back, we're going to discuss Nebraska 7v7 football. Got a special guest here, Mr. Scott Warren from Elkhorn Storm Football, and we're going to get into that, guys. Thank you.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please Give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with Approved Credit.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Football season is nearly here, and your long wait for year 2 of Matt Rule is almost over. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days from July 23rd to the 25th, live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, Chancellor Brewington, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Nick Sainer will be in Indy for our shows Tuesday through Thursday. Getting the latest news from Nebraska and everyone else around the conference. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by 1890 Nebraska, Stevens and Smith Construction, The Complex, Warhorse Casino, and Riddles Jewelry. Back to Youth Football 101 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to Youth Football 101 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Once again, guys, you can join in on the conversation by texting us on the Sartor Heyman text line at 402-464-5685 or on the Sartor Heyman live video stream. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Cable channel 961. We are back, and the second segment of the show, guys, is Nebraska 7v7 football, and I've got a special guest here today, Coach Mr. Scott Warren. How you doing today, buddy?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing very well. Doing very well, man. We're great. We're really thankful to have you on the show, man, and shed some light on the Omaha scene and Nebraska 7v7 and tackle football both. So let's just get right into it, man. You are your organization is Elkhorn Storm Football and 23 Athlete. Tell us a little bit about your background, what you do for them, in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Elkhorn Storm Football is part of Elkhorn South High School, so it's a feeder program. So I believe you guys even play in the MyFL. I think the Lincoln East team does at least. So we're in the MyFL, which is 30 different high schools are represented in that tackle football league.
Yes.
Ends up being like 3,000 some tackle players. So it's by far the largest league in the state.
Man.
Elkhorn South High School has Junior Storm, which is the feeder for their high school program.
Okay,
so
cool.
That's really where that comes out of. And then that's part of a bigger organization, Elkhorn Athletic Association. So
Cool.
Elkhorn Athletic Association, based in Elkhorn, actually serves about 6,000 total athletes. So it's
Man,
over
that's big.
3,000 of the Elkhorn families.
That's big.
And in 9 different sports. So
That's great, man. That's great. And then what is your role within each of those organizations?
Yeah. So for Elkhorn Athletic Association, I'm on the football committee and the board there. So I kind of oversee tackle football, flag football, just make decisions on, are we going to start a 7v7 internally ourselves, things like that.
Okay.
This last year, what we actually did was we did a kickoff to just test that and see how it would go within Elkhorn students. So we started a company called 2-3 Athlete, an organization called 2-3 Athlete that was representing Elkhorn Storm only. And we had 3 different 7v7 teams. So we had a U10
Nice.
team, and then we had the 11-12s or U12 team and then
Yeah.
the U14 team.
Nice, man. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, we we coach with the Red Wolves too. So we've seen you in some of those
Yeah,
tournaments, and
absolutely.
you guys really do your thing, man. And great competition, great athletes up there in Elkhorn, man. I love to see what you guys bring to the table every tournament we see you guys at.
Yeah, we were excited. I mean, this year was our first year
Yeah.
to do more of the select travel. My boys used to compete with Nebraska Elite. But
Okay.
then, when we started this, we kind of branched off.
Definitely.
But it was great. I mean, we were in 4 or 5 of the runner-ups in the titles, and then we
That's
won
great.
2 of the championships. So
That's
it was
great, man. I
pretty
think you
sweet for the
did. I
first
think you
year.
might have won one down here, didn't you? Yeah,
we
that's
won
awesome.
won the one you guys hosted.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So yeah, we like to see that in Nebraska 7v7 football. Seeing all these new teams popping up and branching out, and that's kind of what we want to do as Nebraska 7v7 football is, have somewhere for all these new teams popping up to compete at tournaments like the one you won here in Lincoln, and just putting on different tournaments in Omaha and different tournaments in Lincoln. Linking up with people to sponsor tournaments. I think next year we've got one coming up with Alliance this year coming up. So yeah, we love seeing all the new teams popping up. It's great
awesome.
competition for Nebraska.
Yeah, Brandon's a great guy. He was
Yeah,
down at
BK,
Nebraska
that's
too,
my
so,
guy,
yeah.
man. He's got a camp tomorrow. Camp tomorrow at Memorial Stadium that I'm gonna be helping him out with him
Okay,
and
good.
Prince and Mukamara. They're putting on a Alliance football and cheer camp here at
fun,
Memorial Stadium.
fun.
So it should
that'd be good.
So it was free too. So I think they've got like 300 to 400 football players
That's
and
awesome.
like 150 cheerleaders coming.
Yeah.
So it's going to be big. It's going to be a great day
It's just
tomorrow.
great to see how youth football in Nebraska is exploding.
Really do. And shout out to BK and Prince of Mukamara putting on that camp tomorrow, guys. So we've got multiple questions I can ask you, man. So what we'd like to talk about here on this segment is where you see the landscape. We can start with youth football altogether in Nebraska, and then we can kind of dial into 7-on-7. Where do you see the landscape compared to places that you've been, places that you've seen?
Yeah.
What do you see our landscape looking like here in Nebraska over the last couple of years?
Yeah. Well, I got recruited to Nebraska in the early 90s
Yes.
from Philadelphia. So I understand kind of the East Coast football, at least from a high school perspective.
For sure.
But then I've lived most of my time here in Nebraska. But the things that I've seen happen, at least in Nebraska recently, is just there's really been an explosion for sure for 7v7.
Yes.
That's become its own sport, right?
Yes.
It used to be just we would do it during summer passing league, right, for
passing
high
league,
school.
Yep.
But now it's gone way beyond that,
Definitely.
right? Starting the kids out really young. I also think it's part of the reason why the game in general has changed. I mean,
Yes.
I think the NFL and college has changed so much because of the fact that we're getting kids 9, 10, 11 years old that are really understanding pass routes, really understanding coverages at quarterback
Yes.
levels. So
Yes.
it's just really helped the game expand. So I'm excited to see Nebraska jump into that more.
Yep.
Besides just, Texas and Florida and
Yep.
California and all the states that we know for sure are
Definitely.
great football.
Definitely. And you see, and I agree with you on it changing the game really as a whole, I think, because you see these 9, 10, 11-year-old kids getting the same skill work as they do in high school and college, right? In those bigger states. And to have them that young running those routes and doing, running some of those coverages and, like you said, understanding those coverages and routes and why this guy bends this way and why this guy might, cut his route off here and what, depending on what coverage is run, or why coverage might take a different form than it would, seeing trips versus doubles versus, quads, you know what I'm saying? So I think you're right. I think it is 7-on-7 is changing the landscape of football, period.
Well, it's definitely the reason that, my boys are involved. I have
Yes.
4 boys total, and they're all young.
You got a whole team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
So ranging from 8th grade to just going into 3rd grade. But I've have them involved in 7v7 just to have touch with football all year
Yes,
long.
most
They're
definitely.
getting some sort of reps with it. Now that doesn't mean that they still don't play basketball or wrestle.
Definitely.
One kid does hockey,
Mhm.
they all do track and field. So, you can do other sports, but stay in touch with football because that's their number one sport.
Yep.
Is just be able to do that all year long. It's amazing.
And it gives you the reps, man.
Yeah.
Because that's what we
100%.
preach, man. That's we reps, and a lot of sports that have, you got summer ball and fall ball, and this way you can play through the spring, and then up here in the winter, even if it's cold, we get indoor, and you can still play, late March or late February, early March, and they're getting that year round, like you said, touch
Absolutely.
with the football. Let's see where we're we kind of discussed that, but how important? So you do tackle football as well. How important of a role do you think 7v7 plays? I know we touched on a little bit in the development of tackle football?
Yeah, I mean, I think like we just mentioned, it's critical.
Yeah.
It's key if you're going to be a skill position.
Yeah.
Now I think there should be something stood up all year long for the linemen as well, like
Yeah.
some cool beast mode camps or
That'd
something.
be awesome,
But right now the way that the sports play with 7v7, it's critical because you get quarterbacks that are reading defenses live.
Yes.
You can't do that with just a one-on-one coach. You can't do that with just drilling with your dad in the backyard. Like you have to be playing other kids,
Yes.
and good kids too.
Yep.
So, the aspect of being able to put these teams together and, have really good quality down in Lincoln, in Omaha, the Iowa teams that we play,
Yeah.
During 7v7 is excellent.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think, like you said, it's very critical, especially for those quarterbacks, to be able to read and, go from the first read to the second read to the third read, or, to see what's capped,
Yeah.
seeing where your shoots and your holes are. So I think that's very important. I agree with you. Let's see tell me how excited you are about next season let's start with Elkhorn Storm football.
Yeah.
How excited are you for that? And then we'll go into 23 athlete.
Yeah, really, really excited for Storm football. Like I said, Elkhorn Storm, the Junior Storm's a feeder program for Elkhorn South.
Mm-hmm.
Elkhorn South was in the state title last year as a runner-up. Before they moved from B to A, Class A, they had won 3 state titles in a row. And then in Class A, they've always been either in the Final Four or, somewhere in the – so I'm hoping for the senior high to get the dub overall. But the development programs have really expanded. We
That's
have
awesome.
I believe we have 4 or 5 6th grade teams just at the 6th grade level,
Okay.
all for Storm, not
Nice.
the other high schools, but
There you
just for Elkhorn Storm. So in each of the age groups every year, we seem to be expanding and adding more teams, which is good. Tackle football every year has grown since I've been helping
That's
with
awesome.
Elkhorn Athletic
That's
Association.
awesome. So you guys compete in the MYFL.
Yeah.
And when does that season start for you guys? If our listeners are curious to know.
Yeah, we start September 1st. And then the championship game is typically the last weekend of October.
Okay.
And then practices will start August 1st.
And now is registrations, because we've got listeners all over the state. We've definitely got listeners in Omaha. Was registration still open for you guys in the Elkhorn Storm or MYFL as a whole?
Yeah, I'm not sure what other high school teams do as far as, their youth organizations when
Definitely.
they cap out. But yeah, you can definitely still sign up for
Okay.
Elkhorn Athletic Association.
Awesome. So jumping back, we'll go back to program back to your 7v7 program. Where do you think the benefit for the kids versus the coaches from 7v7? How do you think the coaches benefit from it? Because I know a lot of our coaches coach, Lincoln Youth Football, or a lot of our coaches, we have some high school coaches. I myself used to coach high school. How does that translate for 7on7? And how does that benefit for coaches and players going back to what they're doing?
Yeah, just like I know you are. I mean, if we're coaching, we're probably competitive.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to win every game.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I want to win every tournament. But the nice thing about the 7v7 setup is I'm not quite as bothered by it as I am when I'm coaching my tackle team.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
what I'm really looking to do is 7v7 is get that skill player development on the kid side. But then for me as a coach, that's where I kind of open up the playbook and try a whole lot of different things.
Yeah.
Because you'll kind of hear this in 7v7, but nobody ever dominates 7v7.
Nope.
Nobody anywhere. I mean, there's
Nope.
no team that just always wins all the time.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter how good you are, because 7v7 is a different beast.
It
It's
is.
definitely different than tackle.
Definitely.
So with it being only one hand touch and so fast, it's just a great opportunity to really try out a lot of plays. And then when you can put that into tackle, now you can really get something going. You have confidence to bring that into the tackle.
Definitely. I see the same thing. I see the same thing with that, and especially for the kids. It just like coaches, they're able to try different things. They're able to try different couple moves here and there, see what
Different
works.
positions.
Exactly. So, and like you said, 7on7 is a different beast. I wanted to see how you feel. So I know that we say the role for 7v7 is really, it works well going because you can see the coverages, you can read coverage as a quarterback, you can run different routes, different sets. How do you think the training itself works into tackle football. And I know we always miss the linemen. And like you said, that we need to have more stuff out there for linemen to have that same feel for off-season football, off-season training. But tell me how you think that training works from when you put on pads.
Yeah, well, I mean, even just going back to, when ESPN does their specials and stories, right? There's guys that are talking about, well, how did I get there? Well, I did 100 jug catches, right? 100, boom, boom, boom. So, and then, a guy goes 200 jug catches. So it's just what we said earlier. It's total reps.
Yes.
But being able to be there with no linemen, not worrying about anybody hitting you or tackling you, that's when you can get some perfect reps as far as a receiver or a DB, learning exactly how to go out with the receiver, where to cut them off on an angle, things like that.
Definitely. That's awesome, man. Well, I think we're going to step aside here and head to commercial break. When we come back, we have a couple more things to discuss with Mr. Scott Warren right here. But you're listening to Youth Football 101 on 937 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com. Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers.
Strike three, you're out!
Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Football season is nearly here, and your long wait for year 2 of Matt Rule is almost over. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days from July 23rd to the 25th, live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, Chancellor Brewington, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Nick Sainer will be in Indy for our shows Tuesday through Thursday. Getting the latest news from Nebraska and everyone else around the conference. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by 1890 Nebraska, Stevens and Smith Construction, The Complex, Warhorse Casino, and Riddles Jewelry.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to Youth Football 101 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, man. Welcome back to Youth Football 101. Got my friend Scott Warren here, man. First of all, we want to give a shout out to Tank Security Team for sponsoring the Nebraska 7v7 portion of the show. We're going to hop right back into it, guys. So we talked about 7v7 and Elkhorn Storm football with Mr. Scott Warren here. We want to talk about another, I said we coach against each other, we compete against each other, but I want to talk about another connection we have, guys, is we've got FBU, All Team Nebraska coming back up, and me and Scott Warren, we're going to be coaching together, guys. So that's awesome, man. I'm excited about that. So we have tryouts coming up. When are tryouts going to be, and how's that going to look for Omaha versus Lincoln?
Yep. So what FBU, for people that don't know, is FBU is by far the largest organization. They're the ones that put on the Under Armour All-American game.
Yep.
They have their own facility. It's a $100 million facility down in Naples.
Yep.
They do tackle football leagues for youth, as well as obviously, the older throughout the United States. So this is the first year that Nebraska, we got the call.
We're in it.
Yeah, we're in it. So
Yes,
we got the call to put an all Nebraska team together. It's going to be 4 teams. So a U10 team, which is basically 5th grade, but any U10 players, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. And then August 4th and August 11th, we're going to have 2 tryouts. We're also going to have 2 locations. One will be in Omaha, most likely in Elkhorn, and then one will be down here in Lincoln. So anybody from around the state that wants to come out to this, we'd love to have it. And we want the best.
We want the best, right?
Yeah.
We want the best. We get these kids all the time competing against each other in the NYFL. You got teams from Lincoln that compete up there that you guys compete against. We got kids from LYF. We got all this, out in Wahoo and Fremont. We've got all these kids over in Grand Island, Carl. We got these kids from all over the state.
Yeah.
We've got ballers out here, man. It's time. It's
I
time
see
America's
it.
got to see it.
Yeah, I see it. So it'll be fun to pull a group of 24 to 30 together for each team.
Yes, sir.
It'll be super exciting to put that together and just see what we can do and compete against the rest of the nation.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Show 'em what
I think the other
about.
big thing to make sure that we mention is that this is all just after tackle football, right?
Yes.
So you're going to go through, your Lincoln League, you're going to go through your Omaha League.
Yep.
Nothing starts until the first week of November. So it gives the opportunity to, go ahead with your regular coach and your regular team. But then if you're a baller and you want to be on an all-star team for the state of Nebraska,
that's what it is.
Yeah, we're getting after it in November.
Yeah, for sure. So we know that this season is coming up for you guys, and those tryouts might be right before your football season starts. But look for more information coming out about those tryouts here within the next week. It's gonna be great. What kind of opportunity? This is a great opportunity for these kids to be noticed. Because FBU is such a great platform, right? And this is such a great opportunity. It's not exposure; it's opportunity, to be seen.
So everybody knows nowadays in football that the way you're getting noticed and seen is with a star rating, right?
Yes.
So the ratings come out through Rival Sports as well as 247 Sports,
Mm-hmm.
and FBU partners with both of those people. So FBU really is a platform to help Rivals and 24 Sports be
Mhm.
able to see kids, to give them a star rating,
Definitely.
right? There's thousands of kids that are out there that are trying to get these 5 stars,
Definitely.
4 stars, 3 stars. So if you can actually make an all-star team in your state,
Mm-hmm.
your probability at a younger age to start being seen is greater.
It's great because
Yeah.
there's no reason that these Nebraska kids should be getting passed up or not being able to be seen, because we got ballers here in Nebraska. Man, I've seen
Absolutely.
it myself. I've seen it over and over. And if we can get all these kids on the same team and same spot, you know what competition does, and you know what being around other good athletes does. It's only going to raise your grade of playing.
Yep,
Right.
absolutely.
And I mean, that's something I've seen in college. You've seen that in college, and, being on the stages like the Olympic trials. And when you're going against somebody better, you tend to perform better. So
Yeah.
this is a great opportunity for these kids. Once again, guys, we've got tryouts coming up in Omaha and Lincoln, August 4th and 11th. Please be on the lookout for that. We're looking for the top area players, just all Team Nebraska for FBU. We've got some great coaches in this thing. Tank's a part of this. We've got some great guys from both cities right now coming out and helping us with this. So I think it's going to be a great thing for Nebraska, for youth football in Nebraska, which is what we're all about in the development of these kids. How long do I got here? 2 minutes. So one thing I want to talk about again, guys, real quick, is tomorrow we've got the Alliance Cheer and Football Camp at Memorial Stadium with Brandon Kinney and Prince Amukamara. Is going to be a great turnout. So if you haven't registered, see if you can still register for that. It's going to be a good turnout from, I believe it is 12 to 3 o'clock. Other than that, hey, Scott, tell me, is there anything else people should know about Elkhorn Storm football?
Just be on the lookout if you're in the MyFL.
Yeah, well, okay. The shots have been fired, people. The shots have been fired, man. They say Elkhorn Storm is going to be pretty good, huh?
That's right.
That's awesome. How'd you guys do last year?
Did really well. I didn't head coach last year.
Okay.
I took a year off, but
Okay.
the 3 years before that, we were 34-0. So we normally travel.
There we
We
go.
would travel down to Kansas City and play a
Awesome.
pre-tournament and then a post-tournament. So
Awesome.
so
That's
we've
super great.
done pretty well.
That's super great. Yeah, man. So yeah, all things youth football here, man. I'm super happy to have Scott Warren here with me today. Super happy to be on the journey that we're going to be on with FBU. Once again, those tryouts are in Omaha and Lincoln, August 4th and August 11th. Be on the lookout on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can find youth football. We're going to be there, guys. How long do I got, buddy? We're breaking it up here. All right. So, thank you so much to all the listeners for listening to Youth Football 101. Remember to join us every Saturday from 11 to 12 to learn more about Lincoln Youth Football and 7-on-7 football in the state of Nebraska. We'll talk to you next Saturday. Thanks so much for coming, Scott.
Yeah, thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
it, buddy. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Have an anniversary coming up? I've got you covered. Celebrate your love with the timeless elegance of jewelry. This anniversary, give the gift of sapphires, emeralds, rubies, or gold. Find the perfect piece that reflects the beauty and depth of your commitment. Whether it's your first anniversary or your 50th, surprise your loved one with a gem as beautiful and rare as she is. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Football season is nearly here, and your long wait for year 2 of Matt Rule is almost over. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days from July 23rd to the 25th, live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, Chancellor Brewington, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Nick Sainer will be in Indy for our shows Tuesday through Thursday. Getting the latest news from Nebraska and everyone else around the conference. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by 1890 Nebraska, Stevens and Smith Construction, The Complex, Warhorse Casino, and Riddles Jewelry.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video,